y'all doing today on this blessed Thursday? Hope y'all doing well. We have another controversial crash out that just recently happened. This is the overseas basketball life, and these are where things happen. And if you guys are new to this channel or the first time, I typically just cover everything that happens with just the life of overseas basketball. Not everything, but just like the real life, day to day perspective. Because I believe that we all learn from people's experiences, like you can learn from other people's experiences. That's why people write books. That's why people put things in perspective. Like that's why they're teachers. That's why there are these things to teach us how we can navigate certain aspects of our life, certain situations that we might find ourselves in, henceforth playing basketball professionally one day, or it's not even playing basketball just professionally, but just in your sport in general. There's just certain things that can happen that can put you in a certain criteria that you don't want to find yourself in. So we will be talking about another player that crashed out. It just seems to be a reoccurring thing. Players just crashing out because they're just not happy with the situation that they're in. They're not happy with the situation that they're in. They're just like, I understand it. It's a hassle. It's a hassle. Things that happen that most times players just get. They're just. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it, and I just want it to be. I can't hold it in no more. So I'm gonna start off the live just by saying, you know, patience. I'm gonna start off with patience. Just a quick. In my free time that I've been playing basketball, I do a lot of trading. I am getting into the market. I'm really focusing on the second part of my career when I'm getting done with basketball. So I do a lot of focusing on my finances and focusing on building out this network. But a lot of times, but for the most part, I do a lot of trading throughout the day, a lot of charting, a lot of things like that. And in any endeavor, in anything that you are trying to become good at, anything that you're trying to be good at, is going to take some patience. If you do not learn how to chill, literally chill out, you're going to, you're just destined for turmoil. What up, cuz? What up, cuz? My cuz just joined live on TikTok. We're going live on Instagram. I mean, Instagram, on YouTube and on TikTok. Shout out to my cousin, man. Hope you're doing good. Everything since pops and all that. I had to go check him on. Hey, always stick with family. Always remember the family is all you got at the end of the day. When all the BS happens, when everything's be going on, you find yourself down. Always lean on family. People always coming on here talking about Boca and all this other stuff. Patience. Patience. Remember to stay patient through it all. Remember to stay patient through it all and whatever it is that you're seeking. Whatever it is that you're trying to get to in life, you got to learn how to chill and just let it come to you. Just stay working on the process of it all. Because sometimes we get out of hand trying to get to the destination of what we want so fast that we're gonna miss all the steps. Think about a newborn just being born. You be seeing them babies that just moving, they trying to get there, but they can't walk yet. You have to bide your time. You have to go through the every step to get to where you're trying to get to. Every little step matters along the journey, along the path of life. All of it matters. All of the steps matters. You can't miss. You can't skip steps. You can't just say, you know what, I'm trying to go from 0 to 100 and skip 99 in between. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. You got to understand that falling down, mishaps, setbacks, all of that is necessary. All of that is necessary for you to be able to get to where you're trying to get to in life. You know what I mean? Like it's just a part of the process of life that you must just have the patience to understand it. Because a lot of times we be like, dang, bro, what is going on, bro? I just don't understand what's going on. I'm in a bad mood. Things just going all haywire. Just a whole bunch of stuff just keep happening. You don't know how to deal with it. And you be like, bro, why all this keep happening to me? And this, da, 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 da. I'm sick of it. Y'all seen that meme on Instagram when the guy was like, you mess with me one more time, you're through. And I ain't playing. That's how we be like. You mess with me one more time, you're through. And that's what I want to talk about today, because that's what happened to one of the players. He said, you mess with me one more time, you're through. You're through. He crashed out. This player crashed out. He lost it. You can't lose it. I understand. I'm not gonna say you can't ever lose it. You can't ever just like express your emotion, because we're human, we're emotional, spiritual beings. We're going to move by emotions and things like that's going to get us hot, and we're going to feel tight about certain things. That's just inevitable. We can't just deny who we are as people and say that, I don't know, I never get upset, or I never get emotional. Yes, there is, but there is a such thing as control anger. There is a limit. There is a going too far. There is a setting a point where, you know what, I'm gonna speak what I gotta speak, get this across, and then I'm out. Then I'm pushing. I'm not gonna keep here. Don't let nobody trick you out your spot. Don't let anybody trick you out your spot by getting you to act in a certain way that you feel that's gonna be detrimental to you. Because at the end of the day, you're gonna lose. It's gonna affect you because you let them trick you out your spot. Never let someone trick you out your spot. And that comes with just having a mental, just keeping your head on straight and just knowing, like, at all times in life, someone or something is going to be trying to push you down or try to knock you off your pivot. Something's going to be trying to knock you off. Something's going to be trying to pull you down. Something's going to be trying to get you like, dang, man, like, I'm trying to get right and then I'm doing good. Boom, my car break down. Doing all right, I'm doing good, I'm starting to make something happen, and then boom, unexpected bill. You look in your car, you got a late fee withdrawal. I just got a late excuse me, I just got a late fee withdrawal because I pulled money out of one account and I had it going into another account. I thought I pulled it from another account and it hit me with a late fee. And the late fee was like $36. Now I'm tight because that's an error on myself. But the point is, there was times in my life when I remember just that taking out those little 36 or taking out that money, that hurt. So like life just comes and knocks you. Like, it don't be like the big hammer that knocks you across the head. It be the little things. It be the little subscription that charge you when you got $20 and it take $15. Now you got $5, and you at the grocery store and you about to swipe and you're trying to get these little packs of ramen noodles or whatever. You're trying to get this one meal for the day and you're about to swipe, but they didn't hit you with an Apple Pay and hit you for the $19.99. Your debit card not working. Now you sick in the aisle trying to figure out what's going on. You holding up the line. And it's terrible. Stuff like that happens all the time. They're always going to be trying to knock you off your pivot. Life is constantly going to be probing you, pushing you, testing you, hitting you, trying to knock you down, because it's a pruning process. You have to have that type of resistance in your life in order to get to where you're trying to get to. Whatever goal, whatever thing you're trying to aspire to be, you got to understand that there's a pruning process that's going to take effect. Like, you have to go through getting just beat up. Like, you got to be ready for those punches that's coming. You're going to get knocked down. You're going to get that uppercut. You're going to get bam. You got to be that's just a part of the life experience, is being able to get hit multiple times and still being able to say, you know what, you got me good. I'm down, but I ain't out. I'm down, but I'm not out. I'm down, but I'm not out. So the whole point of this live today, like I said, bringing the whole point of just not getting knocked off your pivot. It's really because it was an incident. So I'm gonna break down the whole situation. So we had a classico. Everybody know if you're playing overseas or whatever they are, it's basically a rivalry game. They call it classico, a classic game against your rivals. We got another team. They're in the same city as us, like 5, 10 minutes away, and they're our rival team. So we're playing at home, the classic game. We're playing at home. One of the other imports, he actually has the same agent as my agent. So I don't know him. I just know him through the clips that they be posting online. I just see that they be giving, like, when my agent posts his players, oh, you with him, you with him. Oh, okay, bet. So you kind of just know people by we're with the same agency, although we don't really know each other. We just know each other by working with the same individual. Anyway, we're in the game. We're on their head. We're cracking their head. We're having a great game. Game's rocking. We're flowing. We're up by like 15 or something. And the game, like the gym is packed. The gym is packed. It's going crazy. Everybody's, we just having a good time. The gym is just wilding out. So during the game, kind of peeped to the left, and like the whole game just came to a halt. The whole game just came to a stop because we see the coach, the assistant, and the player all just like getting rowdy at the bench at the check-in spot. Like, when you go sit on the bench, you about to check into the game. We see them like bucking back and forth. Bucking back and forth, like we're looking like, what is going on? What is going on? Why are they like they literally got the game stopped because the player and the coach and the assistant coach are literally being held back from each other. And you can see the coach and the player like getting into it. Like, so we're all just trying to figure out what's going on. Like, why are they why are they getting into it in the middle of the game? I understand we went in and it's like emotions is high or whatever. The problem is, what ignited this situation? What ignited this situation was the player wanted to get back into the game, and he literally tried to check himself back into the game. He tried to check himself back into the game, and the coach was just like, "Nah, you're not coming in," or whatever. So he started snapping, like, because he's the import player, and he's probably one of their best players, or whatever. But the coach wasn't going for it. The coach wasn't going for it. But he wanted to do it anyways. He wanted to do it anyways. So we go, Jack. So long story short, we win the game. We win the game. My teammate went up to him and was like, "Hey, bro, it's something we always say, like most players, we always say to each other, just get your money, man. We're just out here to get your money. Don't let anyone or anything trick you out your spot. Stay true to what you came here for. Don't let them trick you out your spot, man. Don't have them out of pocket, got you out of pocket, bro, because you trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like you trying to just play basketball, but they're gonna push you to the edge, and you're gonna be the one who's always gonna end up in the wrong. No matter what. No matter what you do, every situation, all the bad stuff, like all the controversy is always gonna fall back on the player, and it's always gonna be on you. It's always gonna be you. So my homeboy came up to him after the game, like, "Hey, bro, just chill. Feel me? Just chill, bro. Just don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't let them rile you up too much." They go back to the locker room. All you see is like a big mob over there. It was like a big mob of just like all the players all in the hallway, everybody together. And apparently the player got into it with the coach. Like physically got into it with the coach. Like he punched a hole in the wall. He got our whole wall, the drywall. He punched a hole in the drywall. You see the coach flustered. I just came to see the coach just leaning on the side of the wall like this, and I'm looking like, what's going on? Like I don't know all this in the moment. In the moment, I don't know what's going on. I didn't realize that they had got into it. Apparently, him and the coach got to scrapping. It was his first time when I found out, like maybe the next day, because they made a publication of it. This is how this is one part of the game you got to understand. Anything like that, or certain situations, it's going to go across all of. It's going to go across the whole country. And what I mean by the country, I mean like pretty much through all of South America in this realm of the business of basketball. They made a publication on Instagram. I had people from the league hit me up, other guys. The dude was like, "Yeah, bro, he from my city, bro. Always been a crash out. This is his first time in Argentina. Argentina basketball ain't no joke. They will have you thinking like, bro, they make you sometimes feel like you ain't never played basketball before. They make you feel like you're just dumb. They make you feel like you don't know what you're doing. Like you're always gonna be a step behind what they're trying to do. It's like they don't. Sometimes I feel like there are people who don't intentionally try to come off that way. They're just a product of their circumstances for being in the country, but a lot of players who come to Argentina imports struggle because they it is an inherent bias of how they do pursue every other player, especially imports, especially mostly the black imports that come in there, bro. They just feel like you're just there to be athletic, and they try to sometimes limit you to what they want you to do. Not all situations. Some people come in, they flow, they get in the right situation. I've been a part of both. I've been in a situation where I've been felt that way, and I've been in situations where they let me thrive and they just, they let me rock and they gave me a good situation and believed in me and my talents and stuff like that. But it's all a part of the game. Sometimes you're just called to be a rebounder and roller. You're not called to be the star player. You're not always called to be the guy. You're not called to be someone who's going to just come and take over. You're called to be a helpmate. You're here to help the team out. And it's crazy because you're asked not to do a lot, but you have to do a lot to secure your spot. You're asked to do a lot as far as you got to be great, but not too great. You could be good, but not too good. It's like it's like you don't have to do too much, but you do have to do a lot. It's a mixture of both. It's like when things are going good, you ain't got to do a lot. But when things are not going, you got to do a lot. Like when we need you, you got to show up. But we not always going to need you. Might be a lot of times we don't need you. We might only need you to do one or two things, and that's it. And that's just a part of the game. That's just part of the business of the game. But anyways, it went through all of South America. I had people writing me talking about, man, what happened? Hey, what happened with the dude? I heard that he got in a fight with the coach. What happened? Hey, make sure y'all like this live and share it out with someone. Hey, what's going on? Why did this happen and this? And I'm like, man, I'm just as clueless as you. I'm in the game trying to figure out what's going on. I didn't see it. I was there, but I didn't see it. But I'm just looking at, you can't let anyone trick you out of your spot. Can't let no one trick you out your spot. I know it'd be difficult and emotions run high, but you can't let nobody trick you out your spot. You can't be fighting no coaches. That made headline news across South America. People from Chile was hitting me up. People from Venezuela. People from DR. All over, like people I ain't even talked to. Everybody talking about the same thing. Like, bro, what happened with dude? Hey, I heard this and that. Like all this, the bad gonna spread 10 times faster than the good that you do. Anything bad that you do is gonna spread 10 times faster than the good that you do. The bad you do is going to spread 10 times faster than the good that you do. So it don't matter how good of a player you were or are, Doesn't matter the production that you're doing. These type of instances will tarnish your name for good, and it will set you back because now you're in the news. It's sad, but they're quick to put you on blast. They'll be quick to put you on blast. They'll be quick to tell you, look, he's another crazy American, another crazy foreigner. Yep, that's what they do. It's a it's a it's a bad. It is what it is. I don't want to call it as a bad stigma. It is. That's just the stigma of it. Like they're gonna view most import players, black players, as just their crash outs. And then one doesn't matter if it's justified or not, or you feel like you are wronged, or you feel as if that it was a bad, like the situation that you had to defend yourself, defend whatever. You just don't. You're not gonna win in the end. Just not gonna win in the end. It's just like you have to pick your. That's why I say it keeps going back to that. Don't let anybody trick you out your spot. If you ever read the book 48 Laws of Power, you just gotta play the fool sometimes. You gotta play the fool to the fool. Make them think that you're the fool. Just play the fool. Just hey, I understand. Everybody got their moments. I had my one moment in 8, 9 months. I spazzed too. I can't take it anymore. I spazzed too. But it's controlled. You feel me? They don't know me. I'm not no crash out. Everybody gonna have a limit. Everybody's human. Everybody gonna get mad. You're in a game. You're gonna be emotional. But there's a limit. I ain't slapping nobody. I ain't hitting nobody. During the game, people are in both sides. Game about over with. They're doing the fan things where everybody's dang near just fighting. They start fighting, throwing stuff at each other, throwing stuff on the court. They're just wilding. They're just wilding out there. They got the police up there. They're trying to break up the fights and whatever. I myself is just up there enjoying the game. So I got me a towel, and I'm just swinging the towel. I'm having a great time. You know what I'm saying? I'm just enjoying myself. And my coach, unintentionally or intentionally, I really don't know, but he kind of like popped me in my back to get my attention, to be like, hey, don't do that, don't do that. And I was just like, I just completely ignored everything else that he said after that. I ignored everything else that he said after that because you put your hands on me. I'm not a little kid that you pop or do nothing like that. And I just very quietly, very calmly, in the midst of all the commotion, told him, hey, don't ever put your hands on me like that again. And he was trying to explain. I said, no, don't ever put your hands on me like that again, because two grown men putting their hands on each other never justifies nothing good that's going to happen in the end. Nothing good is going to come between two men putting their hands on each other, two grown men. I.e., example, the coach and the player that crashed out. And I'm like, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Literally two incidences happened at the exact same time and were handled in two completely different ways. Two completely different ways that the situation was handled. I handled it, I spoke, said in the calmest of ways, that ain't what we doing. Don't ever think that it's comfortable for you to ever put your hands or be put in that situation. I don't ever want to be put in that situation with anyone. I've never put my hands on my friends or somebody, joking, but I ain't never had to hit somebody to get their attention, especially another grown man, unless he's like in extreme dire trouble. But I'm talking about just to get you, like, those are certain things that you have to adjust and learn to navigate, because I could have wilded out just like him. And then I would have lost my job. And then I would have had the bad rap. And then I would have been the player that did that. I can't get picked up no more because I'm the crash out guy. Now I'm the crash out guy. I don't know what happened to bro after that. I don't know what's going on with his situation. His agent is my agent. I ain't hit him up because I'm not being nosy for to find out what happened on the aftermath. I'm just saying that's what happened in that moment, and it turned out bad for him. It turned out bad for him. I know he's not there no more. I remember talking to one of the other imports in the game. He was like, "Bro, this has been boiling up for the last 3 or 4 months." I'm like, "I bet it has. Mine's been boiling up for like 7 months. I know how it get. It gets to that point where you just be like, I'm finna snap. I'm finna snap." That's why it's good to have people around you that you could talk and chop it up with to have that release valve, because no one is above being, but like losing their stuff. No one is above losing their mind in certain situations. We're not going to just always be perfect and just always have the right attitude, the right mood every single time. But there is a level of professionalism and there's a level of control that everybody must have over themselves. You have to have a level of control over yourself. You can't let someone else dictate how you decide that you should be able to act. That's not determined by anybody else. That's something you can control. You control your every action, and everything that happens in your life is dictated by you. Your response and your reaction to it. How you respond in situations is what you get out of it. You don't. It's not no one else. Hey, oh, he tried me and he did this. What was your response to it? You can either let it get too far. You can let it take you. You know what I'm saying? And then you at the end of the day you lose. No one ever sees the counter hit. They always see the first hit. They always see what somebody throws the counter hit. They see, oh, he did this, but they don't never see that. They always see what? They always see you hitting back. They don't never see the first initial blow. They don't never see the first initial attack towards you or whatever. They don't never see that first one. All they see is you retaliating. Now you to blame. Now it's your fault. Now it's on you. Don't let them trick you out your spot. That's just one of the situations that happens while you're out here playing in Argentina. I'm currently now in Santiago del Estero, Argentina, playing for a team called Kingsa. And this is the crazy part. This is one of those cultural differences things that just happen that you don't even realize that it's funny to me. It's funny to me, and it's just interesting. I take it. I really don't think too much of it. I think it's really. I think it's funny. It's just something I've never seen before. Last night we're in another game. We had a kind of not back to back, but a day between. But we had another game last night. During the game, we have a jumbotron type thing that could play TV in our arena. During the game, I believe it's the city that we're in. They have a huge soccer team, as most cities in Argentina, because they're a football or soccer dominated sport country. Definitely dominated this country is soccer, football, whatever you call it, wherever you're from. We're playing the game. We're live in the game. We're actually live playing in the game, and they have the soccer game going on while our game. They're playing against a team called Flamengo in Brazil. Now they have a really, really big soccer team. They're really famous, really, really big soccer team in Brazil called Flamengo. And they're playing against the team here in this city. And they have the game playing on the Jumbotron during our game. During our game, there's a football game, soccer game going on during our game. I've never in my professional career ever seen something like that I can remember. They're by far, like, it just shows like how different people views different things, different countries, different cultures, how they interact with different things. And I just thought it was just hilarious, to be honest, because like They were cheering more for the soccer game than they were for our game. We score, we do something that, yeah. They score on the soccer. It's like pandemonium going on in the gym for the TV that they're watching while the game is going on right there. Everybody's cheering on the scoring of the game and not that. I say, you know what? As long as the people come out, as long as I'm hearing somebody, I ain't tripping. I ain't tripping. But seeing a soccer game during the middle of a professional basketball game live is just something that you just got to be. It's just one of those moments of playing basketball overseas that you just never expect that you would think will happen. Like we're in the middle of a basketball game, and here they are playing a soccer game. We come here for basketball. We come here for soccer. We came here for both. We came here for both. All right, man. Moving on to the next segment. I want to further, if you guys can hit this like and share this live, hit the like, man. I just like to come and keep you informed, up to date, and just give you some tips and strategies, and just talk about just the perspectives of this life. And I guess that's the major theme of this live is just don't get tricked out your spot from anybody. That's the whole purpose of what we're talking about. Just don't let anybody trick you out your spot. Be in control of your emotions. Be in control of what you want to get done in your life. And there's going to be obstacles and things that will try to deter you from that. But this is just like our check-in. This is our moment of just clarity and understanding that, you know what, we're not going to let anyone or anything stop us from getting to where we're trying to get to in our life and achieve and become that great player, athlete, whatever it is. We just have to learn that, you know, it's dependent on us. When negative things happen, when things happen, it's dependent on us. And we can't let it get us to the point where we just lose it all for just one bad moment. Don't let one bad moment lead to something just catastrophic. Everything can be boiled down to 1 minute, one segment, one time, and it just be the reason like everything falls apart. And we don't, especially over in playing professional and playing in this league in this business. Just one bad. I remember I can specifically remember, and this is not even anything that was I feel was negative on my end that I did. It was my rookie year, or kind of my rookie year. I was playing on a team in Saudi Arabia. They had signed me to go play in Saudi Arabia. This was 2014. 2014. So we're in 2025, 11 years ago. 11 years ago. And they signed me to the team. I was in Colombia. I played there for the season. I got done 2 weeks later. I got signed to go fly out. So I fly to Saudi Arabia. I'm there for literally a week. Literally there for a week. They cut me. The coach said he wanted a big, like a center. He wanted like a 6'10" center type player. And he felt like I lied or something to him and made it seem like I was a center type. I'm like, an agent hit me up. He offered me a job. I took the job. And I came to play. What was said in between that was just a learning experience. That was my rookie year, just trying to get on another job, do this and do that. And I was just trying to figure out like, what did he say? What did he say to the coach that made him feel like I lied? I didn't say I was 16 or nothing. They said, hey, you're gonna be there with another import. Boom, that's it. And that's all I did. I came, but like literally, I had signed with another agent. This was probably 8 years past after that. They fired me or whatever. They cut me. I didn't even was there for a week. They cut me. I went back home. 8 years later, I'm about to go. I got another agent trying to get me into that Saudi Arabia market again. They bring up they bring up the situation that happened 8 years prior. 8 years prior to me getting cut from the team, and they try to say, "Oh, you was hurt." They always trying to throw. Every time they don't want you or something, they try to throw dirt and shade on your name. When you don't do what they want you to, they try to throw some kind of dirt and shade on your name all the time. It's like, oh, what happened with that situation 8 years ago? And I had to have a conversation with the coach about the situation that happened 8 years ago. Like, bro, I just went to the team to play. He didn't like me. He let me go. Now you're sitting here telling people that I'm this bad guy and I did this. What are you talking about? That's just there are just going to be situations where they're just going to throw salt and shade on your name for no reason at all, just for the simple fact of you're not being the player that they wanted. So they just, I'm going to throw shade on you and I'm going to speak bad on you. Like, for what? It's the dirty game that this is a dirty game. That's just the way the game. But if you let your professionalism and who you are speaks for every single situation that you do, one person came is not going to be a dictate of how your career things go because of who you are as a person. That was one person who said that. But then you go ask 10 other people and they don't have anything negative to say about me. So it's clearly an outlier situation. But even the one outlier situation that just don't even have no real effects towards you, or you believe don't have no effects because you didn't do any retaliation, you didn't do anything to provoke this situation, it still can follow you and try to and basically hinder you from situation based on just negative words from someone who had nothing to do with you or anything like that. But that's just the nature of the beast. That's just the nature of the game. So I got some few tips, few lightning tips, or just what players could or people could take with them when it comes to bettering your game, or just in this overseas basketball journey. One, stop playing for the love. Start playing for leverage. Passion is great, but you're not treating this game like a business. You're already behind. Learn contracts, branding, investments, and become because loyalty. Boy, I gotta go back and read that. Stop playing for the love, start playing for leverage. Passion is great, but if you're not treating your game like a business, you're already behind. Learn contracts, branding, and investments because loyalty doesn't pay the bills. Ain't no love in this game. There ain't no loyalty. There ain't none of that. It is a business. Yeah, y'all could be hunky dory friends with the GM and the coach, but at the end of the day, it is a business. It is a business. This game is a business, and you have to learn how to conduct yourself. You're a private contractor. You have to learn how to sell yourself. Work on other things. Like I said in the beginning, I was working on my investments. Work on your exit strategy. Work on your other sources of income. Work on certain things. Your branding, getting more exposure to yourself to get better jobs and better to have a better career opportunity. Talking with different agents. All these things is because you are a professional. Yeah, yeah, you love the game. Yeah, I love playing basketball and it's great and all that, but this is a business and I got to get this money. You're going to start getting older. You're going to have kids, families, life situations. You're going to realize, oh man, I love playing basketball, but this ain't really cutting the bills. This ain't really paying the bills right now. It's cool, but I'm spending too much time away. I didn't take time to learn the contracts. I didn't do nothing about branding. I ain't do no investment. I'm just saying, oh, they rock with me and I'm cool with the GM and the head coach. What that mean? They might. You could be cool. I remember some players when I was playing in Colombia. They just won the championship. They just won the championship and they wanted to bring everybody back for less money than they brought them for winning the championship. But we love, we family, this and that. How am I going to get less money after just winning y'all the championship? I'm going to get less money. How was that going to cover my bills and stuff like that? All the extra stuff, using that to your advantage, setting up maybe some camps and stuff for fresh off a championship, pro this or whatever. That's branding. That's investing in yourself. That's investing in something outside the game of basketball because you're not working on the business side of it. Hey, we're coming off a championship. I want to put this camp together, use my name, use my social media, do all this stuff to try to hype it up. But we don't think like that. That don't even cross our minds. We just think, oh, I did good for this team, this club, this organization. They're gonna reciprocate that to me. They're gonna reciprocate what I've done for them by blessing me with some more money on my next contract. They gotta offer less. For winning a championship, you gotta offer less money. There ain't no loyalty in this game. I hate to say it. You could be friends, keep friends and business on two different spectrums when it comes to handling what you need to handle. Because life does go on. There are real life certain situations that's going on right now. There's tariffs, there's trade wars, there's the money is going up, inflation is going up. You can't afford not to conduct yourself and handle your business. You can't afford not to handle your business in this game. Don't let them trick you at your spot. Tip number 2, mental health over playing time. Sitting on the bench sucks, but burning and crashing out or breaking down is worse. If you're mentally crashing, don't be afraid to step away. No game is worth your peace of mind. No game is worth your peace of mind. Boy, no game is worth your peace of mind. If you don't have a peace of mind, you're not going to be able to play this game. 80% of the basketball in itself is a mental game. Confidence is all mental. That's your mentality. Playing defense, that's your mentality. That's your mentality. If you don't have your mental on straight and you got to take a step back from the game, go ahead. You're doing more harm and disservice to yourself by sticking around than by actually trying to go through it. Sometimes you got to take that step. You know what? Let's take a step back. Let's analyze. Let's see what's going on. Let's try to reassess and go at this another angle. I'm not stopping. I'm not quitting. I'm just trying to get my mind right. I'm just trying to get my mind right. Feel me? I'm just trying to get my mind right. If you don't get your mind right, you're not going to be successful in this game. You can't be successful in anything if you don't got your mind right. If you got to take a step back, don't worry about playing the game. Get your mind right, because without your mental, there is no game. You want to, man. I remember I told a story one time. I was in the middle of a game, first game, my very first game. I coming off of COVID. It was like during the COVID season, very first game. It was just so much going on that first day. I remember my mom sent me a letter saying that I had court that day for custody of my kid. I forgot the court date. I was on the ganja, and the doping people pulled up. So now I got the doping people at my door pulling up to the game, probably from the drug test me. The first day of the game, I missed court, and now I'm about to play in the game. And first, I couldn't even play in the game because the team didn't sign over my rights. So I didn't know if I was going to play up until like the last 5 minutes of the warm up and going into the game. So I'm not knowing if I got my clearance. Doping is there, and I'm supposed to have been to court for a child custody that I think that I had just missed. All this is going on in my head at the same time, right before a game. It was like I was just in a trance, like just lost in my, because you can't focus. Your mental is all messed up. My mental was so messed up. It was like everything was moving in slow motion. It's just like if someone was just clapping and talking to me in slow motion, I just couldn't comprehend nothing. My mind wasn't right. Don't matter how great of a player you is, don't matter what you can do, how high you can jump. If you don't have your mental on straight, you're not going to last very far as a professional, as a high school pro, college player. It doesn't matter what it is. Sometimes you got to take a step back, analyze, see what's going on. Just got to see. Let's see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what's going on, and then we can keep pushing. Tip number 3: cut off teammates who secretly compete with you. Not everyone in the locker room is your friend. Watch who cheers for you when you're winning and when you're struggling. Energy don't lie. Whoo! Energy don't lie. Energy don't lie. You know, you can feel who really rocking with you. You ain't gotta guess. You ain't gotta just like be. Energy don't lie. You know who really rocking with you and you want to see your success. And you know you can feel the people that's plotting on you. You could always you got a sense. They throw little slight jabs, saying certain things to you, making certain gestures and references as a joke too frequently. Everybody ain't there to see you win, bro. It sucks. It sucks because it sometimes become into it's a battle, especially like okay, like in situations where you come in and you're the import and you're playing behind somebody. Like you're beefing with the import on you're beefing with the local on your team because y'all play the same position. He want playing time, and he like throwing sneak dishes at you, trying to make you look. I remember a situation with one of my friends, one of my homeboys said that he was on the team. Dang, this is crazy. He was on the team and one of his teammates was secretly telling him the wrong plays in practice just so he could mess up so he couldn't play. So the coach was all believe, oh, you don't know the plays, so I can't play you. And secretly, he was the one telling him all the wrong plays because he didn't speak the language. Bro spoke English, so when he would ask him, hey, what do I do in this situation? He's purposely telling him the wrong thing. He's purposely telling him the wrong thing because he's in competition with his own teammate. And he know, especially when they know they're not better than you, and they know that you are a threat to taking. It's like I'm not taking anything from you. It's you're going to be rewarded what you deserved. In that situation, you're going to be rewarded. If you put the work in, you should be rewarded for the work that you put in. When someone got to go out their way to try to belittle you, put you down, lie to you, scheme on you, do all this just for some playing time, energy don't lie. There is a lot of situations where that happens overseas so many times. Like you walk into a situation where you just come in and you're just too good. They'll start, oh, you don't pass the ball. Oh, you need to play better defense. You're like, bro, I'm the best defender on the team. What you mean? He don't pass. He don't do this. Oh, look what he doing. The hate be so real, and it's like I thought we're on the same team, trying to get to the same. I thought we're trying to get to the same goal. I thought we're trying to win together. We thought we're trying to break bread, get this money, get this, and it don't be like that. Watch out for those teammates. Smile in your face. Talk about you behind your back. You know who they are. You can feel the energy. That goes for teammates, coaches too, managers, everybody. You just gotta watch your back. Tip number 4: Post more than highlights. Tell your stories. Fans, agents, follow humans, not robots. Sharing your mindset, struggles, and journey builds a brand that lives beyond the court. Your future bag depends on it. I 100% believe that. That's the reason for for everything that I do. I'm trying to tell my story from a perspective of just a guy trying to make it. Now, while I got my ups and my downs, I had a crazy, crazy career, all the ups and downs from starting out 11 years. I done been through so many situations, being cut, being married to someone overseas, having kids overseas, winning championships, being hurt, having surgery, going through COVID. I just been through so many ups and downs, and this is just me telling my story because I know if I tell about instances and things that go on with my story, someone inevitably is going to see this and it's going to benefit someone, no matter what. Because the stuff that I'm talking about right now, you're going to find yourself in that situation. Somebody is going to find yourself in that situation. Sorry, bro, I'm not speaking Spanish today. I'm not speaking Spanish today. No español hoy. Próxima vez. This is just me telling my story from the perspective of a pro basketball player that's a Haitian, born in Bahamas, moved to America when I was 3, started my journey playing basketball in high school, and I'm 11 years in right now. And 11 years in professionally, these are what I've seen and learned, and that I'm glad I'm creating something that just someone can just say, you know what, if I get 2 words out of this and they help them, I know I did my part because of all the experience that I got. They ain't really too many now. Maybe now in this era that the people are starting to pop up and give the game. Like I say, Sean Matthews, Jose Colorado. There's a bunch of I'm finding guys here and there, other overseas basketball players that's just like promoting more, is becoming more known and stuff like that. And I'm just doing my part. This is my lane. This is ATP Network. This is Arnold Stotts podcast. This is what we do over here. This is just my thoughts and what I'm doing. I'm telling my story. I'm sharing my light so somebody else can get it, so they can, they can thrive. They be like, oh yeah, I remember bro talking about that. I remember they talk about them teammates. I remember talking about them agents. I remember talking about them situations where the coaches be acting up and acting crazy and they try to put their hands on you. I remember the retaliation. If I retaliate, they never see the first hit. They never see them talking to you bad, them talking to you crazy. They only see you spazzing out, telling them a piece of your mind. So I'm just giving you, I just like to come and give like the real perspective of things that be going on, just so when you find yourself in a situation, you don't have to be the one that goes, like you can learn how to navigate it the right way. Negotiate, tip number 5, last tip. Negotiate everything, even if you're a rookie. Just because it's your first contract doesn't mean you should be signing. Ask questions, push back, make them explain. Respect starts when you demand it. That's real talk. Respect starts when you demand it. Don't be afraid to fight for what you want. Don't come into the game dumb. Don't, oh, it's my first contract. I'm just so ready to get the money and go play basketball. And you don't ask what country it is or what the league like. Are they respected? Where do I go after? Like, is there any leagues after this that has increased? What's the max cap on the salary that this country pays? Who are the bigger teams? What kind of players do they look for? Do they do multi-year contracts? Are there any fines in it? What do they take care of? Are they taking care of the food, this, and that? Closed mouths don't get fed. The more questions you ask, the better understanding you can so you can help navigate yourself. They say, hey, you know what? We ain't giving you no food money. Now you can calculate that into your budget. Now you can be like, well, if they ain't giving me no food money, well, this is and that. Or go talk to veterans, right? Guys on Instagram. Reach out. Hey, what are some things that I can be looking for in my first contract? This is what they offer. This is what they say. Because the agent will tell you, oh, they do this and that, and you should just take this because that's a good rookie contract. This how it is. Because they're just trying to line their pockets. They're trying to line their pockets. It's just another ticket added to the ballot. You don't work out, on to the next. There's 100,000 other players they can sign as just as eager as you once was to get on, and they just be you so thirsty and just so ready and just overlook all the essential questions and things that you should know before starting the game. And now you start off with just you have like that's how mine was, and that's why I come on here and talk about it because that's how my first year started out in the game. I started out just with just the wildest situations. Period. Bad agent, losing contract deals, going, getting signed, getting cut in preseason, getting traded, going flying, spending money on tours. No money, just losing all my money on tours. Find out, not getting paid, getting stuck, going to the American embassy because I couldn't fly home, being stuck in another country, flying to another country a week, getting cut again. Just so much, like make your head explode. Make you be like, this ain't for me. Didn't do enough research in the beginning. Didn't prepare myself adequately on the business side. Not trying to come into the game with some value, just trying to just going off of hope and a dream. So I hope those tips help you guys, man. Hope you guys stay locked in, stay blessed. I hope you guys enjoy whatever moment you at in life and understand that it's just a pruning process for you to get to wherever you want to get to in life. You got to understand that we fight back and forth over everything that we truly want in our life, and I'm here rooting for you. If you see this, you hear my voice, just know I'm rooting for you, and we're gonna get to where we're trying to get to, man. That's all I got for this live. I hope you guys have a great, blessed day. That's all I got. Remember, greatness is a habit, not a right. Till next time.